News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
The threat of spreading a virus closes the doors to the Magic Kingdom, and the town takes back the Fall Festival from the Chamber. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Disney says they are closing temporarily to curb the spread of disease. It's Thursday, March 12th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, Disneyland announced today that they will be temporarily closing the California theme parks in Anaheim to curb the spread of the coronavirus. The closure will go into effect on Saturday and last through the end of March. Downtown Disney will remain open. There's currently 6 COVID-19 cases in Orange County, according to health officials. In a statement, a spokesperson for Disneyland Resort noted that there have been no reported cases of the novel coronavirus at the popular tourist destination in Anaheim, adding that the decision to close was made after carefully reviewing the guidelines of the Governor of California's executive order and in the best interest of our guests and employees. Disney cast members will continue to be paid during the shutdown. Tokyo Disney Resort closed on February 28th and is expected to remain shut down through March 15th. Both the Shanghai Disney Resort and Hong Kong Disneyland Resort were shut down in January due to the outbreak of the virus. Well, the Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce has had a difficult time pulling off Fall Festival in recent years and will not be managing the event this year. The town of Pahrump has taken it back after 5 years of the chamber attempting to make the event successful. The organization made their announcement on their Facebook page last night, saying that the memorandum of understanding was expired and the town and county decided to take back the annual event. They were notified yesterday of the board's decision. The chamber added that they feel that this is a great opportunity for them to refocus their mission to better promote, educate, and represent its members to enhance the economic development of the Pahrump Valley and Nye County. The Rural Desert Southwest Brownfield Coalition was created in 2011 to address environmental and economic development needs in southern Nevada counties and Inyo County, also California. The coalition works to clean up and redevelop brownfield sites so the property can be used again. Rachel Schlick, a consultant for Nye County, told commissioners at the coalition that they have made great progress in the last year.
Over the course of the history, $3 million in grants have been awarded to support brownfields redevelopment projects, including 2 revolving loan funds. And Nye County is the first recipient of a revolving loan fund for the brownfields program in the state of Nevada. Sometimes people hear the word brownfield and think it's a contaminated piece of land, you know, and it's true that it's a piece of land, but the property doesn't need to be contaminated to be a brownfield. Sometimes what you need is just some studies done to show that there's no contamination, to provide the property owner or the property developer ease and understanding. So that's best case scenario, but sometimes it also means a little cleanup needs to happen. Could be asbestos, lead-based paint, gasoline, things like that are common for brownfield sites. Through the Brownfields Revolving Loan Fund, Nye County not only established the first loans through the program, this is the first sub-grant recipient for cleaning up hazardous materials through the Brownfields program, the library district and this project. It's the first sub-grant that our Region 9 coordinator has ever managed. So again, breaking new ground to help make good things happen. The Tonopah FBO building at the airport was the first successfully started revolving loan fund project and completed here again in Nye County. The Nye County Public Works buildings, 1 and 2, were another project that was completed successfully through the Brownfields program. From identifying the site to identifying asbestos and lead-based paint to cleaning it up. And the redevelopment goals for these ones were demolishing the building But that doesn't always have to be the cleanup goal. It really does depend on what the community needs and what will help that particular project. Because, of course, the only way that these sites can be identified and cleaned up and resulting in redeveloped locations throughout your community is if you bring them up. And by you, of course, the commissioners, but also the public in general.
Much more news right after this.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back. Let's go to Angela Miles with today's financial news.
Topping our news, the trading floor at the Chicago Board of Trade will close at the end of the business day. According to a statement from CME Group, there are no coronavirus cases reported. It's called a precautionary measure. It is the first major U.S. trading floor to shut down for now. The president of the New York Stock Exchange has no plans to close that trading floor. Stacey Cunningham tells CNBC if there is an outbreak, the floor will be quickly cleaned and reopened. A bit of encouraging news from the biotech sector. Drug developer Vir Biotechnology intends to work with Biogen to create a potential coronavirus treatment. And Inovio Pharmaceuticals has received a $5 million grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to accelerate testing of its Selectra smart device for delivering a coronavirus vaccine. UPS is delivering a new CEO. David Abney is retiring after 46 years at UPS. Carol Tomei, who previously worked as CFO of Home Depot, will become the new CEO at UPS June 1st.
Thanks, Angela. Well, if you keep up to date on our local front Facebook page, you know that last night there was a shots fired call and a person was taken into custody. We are waiting for the Nye County Sheriff's Office to give us a complete report on that so that we can make you more informed, and we will be updating you on that story on tomorrow night's newscast. That person was taken into custody. No one was injured, and we hear that he was possibly intoxicated. So we'll update you on Friday's newscast. Well, more than 40 high school teams will compete in the 2020 FIRST Robotics Competition coming to Las Vegas.
FIRST is an acronym for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, a nonprofit organization founded by inventor Dean Kamen, dedicated to inspire an appreciation of science and technology in young people. The FIRST robotics competition is March 27th and 28th at the Thomas & Mack Center, located on the UNLV campus. The high-tech sporting event is exciting for participants and spectators alike as teams compete for honors and recognition that reward design excellence, sportsmanship, teamwork, and more. The robotics competition is a program that challenges high school students working with professional mentors to design and build a robot to contend in competitions that measure the effectiveness of each robot, the power of collaboration, and the determination of students. For the fourth year, Switch is the lead sponsor for this year's event. The FIRST robotics competition is free and open to the public. You can learn more by going online to firstnevada.org or firstinspires.org.
Well, with the spread of the coronavirus, you may be thinking more about cleaning your office or desk, and that's a good thing. According to Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Dan Allen, our work environments are literally covered with germs and bacteria. And many times germs can be found in places where we eat.
Bacteria are going to be everywhere, so if you don't wash your hands before eating, or if you're touching any other surface that could be contaminated, you're likely to get sick. And there are certain things that can live for weeks on a surface such as a norovirus. So you really do have to try to keep your environment, especially where you're eating in the eating area, clean.
Dr. Allen says germs are most likely to be found on items touched by many people. And once you've touched something, you can bring germs back to your desk.
Anything from your desk to your keyboard, your phone. When you go into the break room, maybe the elevator button or the handle of the refrigerator, the coffee pot handle, countertops in there. Anything that's touched by hands is probably going to be contaminated.
And while it's impossible to completely avoid all germs, Dr. Allen says if you can manage to avoid touching your face, you can really cut down the likelihood of getting sick. Of course, nothing stops germs dead in their tracks better than washing them down the drain.
The vast majority of your illnesses are going to be from your own hands. So hand washing properly with enough time, with enough soap, with enough lather, or hand sanitizer if that's all you have available, and making sure you do that before you touch your face or before you eat.
Dr. Allen says giving your personal workspace a good, thorough cleaning can help knock out germs as well as indoor allergens.
I'm going to start cleaning the office. Well, the Small Business Administration says that they are working directly with the state governors to provide targeted, low-interest disaster recovery loans to small businesses that have been severely impacted by the coronavirus. The association is now offering coronavirus or COVID-19 disaster relief lending designated to states and territories, as well as low-interest federal disaster loans for working capital to small businesses suffering substantial economic injury as a result of the virus. Upon a request received from a state or territory's governor, SBA will issue under its own authority as provided by the Coronavirus Preparedness and Response Supplemental Appropriations Act that was recently signed by our president, an economic injury disaster loan declaration. The SBA's economic injury disaster loans offer up to $2 million in assistance and can provide vital economic support to small businesses to help overcome the temporary loss of revenue they are experiencing. These loans may be used to pay fixed debts, payroll accounts payable, and other bills that can be paid because of the disaster's impact. The interest rate is 3.75% for small businesses without credit available elsewhere. Businesses with credit available elsewhere are not eligible. The interest rate for nonprofits is 2.75%. We'll return right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, the Pahrump Tourism Advisory Committee wants to let everyone know that we're a great place for an off-road adventure. Robert Adams is the OHV ambassador for PTAC, and he says several projects already in the works will make it an even better place for people to enjoy their off-road vehicles.
Actually, the state just mapped all the Pahrump trails. There's a couple of them that are missing, but it's an ongoing project. And you can get the state maps through the Avenza app. Mm-hmm. Again, just go to your Play Store mm-hmm. and download Avenza. I prefer the Polaris. Yeah. I've used the Avenza, but after I took a look at the Polaris, it was just like they made Polaris for me. It's great. It's awesome. And something they may expand on at some point is that you're going to be able to call for help using it too, or to do some limited texting. That's available with some hardware that you purchase. Mm-hmm. But the great thing about the Polaris Ride Command and the Avenza is it's part of your cell phone that's you've already got it. I'm working on two grant projects right now. Mm-hmm. One is the Pahrump to Tonopah Trail, mm-hmm. and we're doing the section from Pahrump to just south of Beatty, and the reason for that cutoff point is that's where the Pahrump field office line is and the Tonopah field office line. In other words, at that line we hand it off to the Beatty group. The other grants for the fairgrounds, that OHV park on the fairgrounds, that we're putting up sound walls around it, yeah. Big berms and that sort of thing to dampen the sound. It's going to be primarily tracks and skills areas. Mm-hmm. Typically something like that would be a motocross track if we were going back 10 years, but now OHV has expanded where I think the facility for the side-by-sides is going to be bigger than that for the dirt bikes. A real popular event that we want to duplicate is Marysville, Utah, where they have the UTV rodeos. Probably will not be this year, may not be next year, but within 2-3 years that we'll actually have that open.
I know they are having a poker run tomorrow for off-road vehicles. You can find out more on our local Pahrump Facebook page. And for more information about off-roading here in our town, you can contact Robert by email at radams@pahrump.nv.org. That's radams@pahrump.nv.org. Well, the 2020 Miss Senior Golden Years USA pageant is now just a few months away, and senior ladies are being encouraged to compete for this year's title. Brad Francis has more.
The Ms. Senior Golden Years organization is getting ready to crown a new queen, and the group recently held its annual Victorian Tea as a fundraiser for the Miss Senior Golden Years program. This year's event also included a fashion show. The new queen will represent Pahrump for the next year, acting as an ambassador of the community. As Ms. Senior Golden Years founder B.J. Hetrick Irwin explains, the qualifications to compete are pretty simple.
All they have to be is 60 years old and want to help the community, because this is what it's all about. And what happens when you join us, that you are the official ambassadors of Pahrump, which is quite an honor. That's Nevada Silver Tappers was first, and then when they got to know Miss Senior Golden Years and what we do for the community, they were voted in also as officially as members of the community.
And this isn't your typical beauty pageant.
Beauty's within. Absolutely, the beauty's within. And a lot of the girls get frightened that it's too time consuming. That's not so. We work around you. If you happen to be the queen, you can't make it, then you have your queen's court, and they take over.
If you're a senior lady over the age of 60 and would like to compete in this year's pageant, a simple phone call can get the ball rolling.
All they have to do is call me, and we'll open our hearts to you and our hands, and please think about it, because I really cut it out at 6. I really don't like it over 6, because you know, and I know a lot of them think, well, I don't know about my husband, but you raised your husband. You raised your kids. It's your time in life to do what you want to do.
The 2020 Ms. Senior Golden Years pageant will be held June 6th at 7 p.m. at Saddle West Hotel and Casino.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside. I know I'm excited about the chili cook-off both Saturday and Sunday there at Petrick Park. We're going to find out what's in store for our weather right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 72 degrees, a low of 55, 84 or 59 in Death Valley, 76 a low of 51 in Amargosa, 73-46 in Beatty, 64-33 in Goldfield, 63-31 in Tonopah, 64 a low of 28 in Carson City, 67 a low of 26 in Fallon, and finally up in Fernley, 66 degrees. Their low is 30 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw partly cloudy skies. Our high today was 71 degrees. Winds coming out of the southwest up to 8 miles per hour, 35% humidity, and 6:58 this morning for our sunrise. Now tonight we're expecting some rain to roll in. Our low is going to be 51 degrees. It is 68 outside currently, with winds coming out of the southeast up to 12 miles per hour, 69% humidity, and 6:49 p.m. for our sunset. Now looking ahead to that 7-day, we're expecting that rain through tomorrow. We're going to have a short break from Saturday to Monday, and then some more rain from Tuesday expected to hang out through Thursday. Now with that rain, we still do have those super high winds expected anywhere between 13 to 17 miles per hour from Friday to Tuesday. A little bit of a break on Wednesday, and then back to 11 mile per hour winds on Thursday. Now temperature-wise on Friday, we're going to be seeing a high of 57 degrees. We're going to climb up to about those mid to low 60s from Saturday to Monday, between 63 and 65 degrees. Then back down to those mid 50s between 53 and 56 degrees from Tuesday to Thursday. Now our overnights, they're seeing a little bit more consistent. We're going to be seeing a lot of those in about those mid to high 40s, between 46 to 49 degrees from Friday to Monday, down to 38 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we're going to be seeing a low of 40 degrees by next Thursday. Now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
All right. Well, I'm never going to have to water my plants. Well, I want to thank the Kiwanis Club and Reva and Diana for presenting myself and Dave and Jill some plaques over this past weekend. We received a citizenship award. The plaques were presented at the Glow Zone in Las Vegas during the regional meeting for the club, the Kiwanis Club and the Key Club head up the Food for Thought program, which is one of the 2 organizations that we donate food to for our quarterly food drives, which we'll be having another one in May. We also give half of the food and money to the VFW Food Bank. So thank you so much. I was very, very pleased and humbled by that. And it's all about you guys. Also, I get a lot of comments about my jewelry, and I want to tell you, you can get this jewelry. You just need to go on to Facebook, Jewelry by Shelley. And actually, my sister, who is Shelley, sent me a whole bunch of jewelry, and I'm going to have a contest in the coming weeks for this. So you got to stay tuned for those contests, because I'm going to be giving some away, and I want to let you know that I really appreciate it. But also, if you want to get it, it's really inexpensive, and I love to support women in their own businesses. So it's custom made. Go on Facebook, Jewelry by Shelley, SHELLIE, or she even has her own website. Thanks so much, Shelley. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and from all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.